The OTOMATIC, short for Otto Main Anti-Aircraft Tank for Intercept and Combat, is an Italian anti-aircraft vehicle designed in the late 20th century. While testing went well, and there was interest from within NATO, with the collapse of the Soviet Union, as well as the increased performance of anti-aircraft missiles, NATO came to the conclusion that mobile anti-aircraft gun systems were redundant, which led to the OTOMATIC project being scrapped. Alright lads, today I'm going to be talking about the performance, weapons and playstyle of the OTOMATIC anti-aircraft system. Starting as always with the basics, this vehicle is a rank 6 battle rating 10.3 self-propelled anti-aircraft gun, located in the Italian tech tree. Being a rank 6 tech tree vehicle, it will only be effective at researching other vehicles between the ranks of 5 and 7. To get this tank, you will first have to grind out 250,000 research points before purchasing the vehicle for a cost of 690,000 silver lions. After purchasing, you will have a small crew train cost of 200,000 silver lions. You can then additionally purchase the Expert and Ace qualifications for the tank, costing 690,000 silver lions and 2,100 golden eagles respectively. Being a top tier vehicle, the OTOMATIC does have quite a high repair cost of 9,076 silver lions, but this is by no means horrific. Going on to the rewards, the vehicle has a base RP modifier of 2.26, which gives you an RP modifier of 226% with a free-to-play account and 452% with a premium account. With a base silver lion modifier of 1.5, you will be making a steady income of silver lions. You can expect a 150% silver lion modifier with a free-to-play account and 225% with a premium account. So is it worth grinding out this Italian meme machine? And has the recent introduction of hull break for the turret seriously nerfed this vehicle? If you'd like to know more, stick around for the rest of the video. Okay, so starting with the engine and performance, and the first thing I want to mention is that this vehicle uses the OF40 chassis, giving it pretty good mobility. We can see that the OTOMATIC is powered by an engine producing 830 horsepower. Combined with the vehicle's weight of 46 tons, this engine gives the vehicle a power to weight ratio of 18 horsepower per ton. Moving on to the transmission, we can see that the engine propels the OTOMATIC up to a top speed of 65 km per hour, and it even manages 25 km per hour in reverse. Okay, so you join me now in a test drive. The first thing I want to note is that this vehicle does give you the ability to neutral steer, giving you great manoeuvrability in tight urban areas. While the tank does have a top speed of 65 km per hour, on soft and rough terrain, it can only achieve around 42 km per hour. Overall, the mobility of the OTOMATIC is very good, especially for an anti-aircraft gun. You have great acceleration, as well as an excellent top speed, which will allow you to get into a good position, as well as make a speedy retreat. Alright, so moving on to the armour and survivability, the first thing I want to mention is that this vehicle has a crew of 4 men. As you can see, you have 1 crew member in the hull, and 3 in the turret. While the driver in the hull is pretty isolated, the 3 lads in the turret are located in very close proximity, which does mean a round going into your turret does stand a good chance of one-shotting you. Even if an incoming round misses your crew, as you can see, you have an abundance of ammunition stored in both the turret and the hull. Again, a round hitting these ammunition stores will result in an instant kill. One last thing to mention, the OTOMATIC's turret has been cursed with the hull break mechanic. This means you'll instantly die if you take a 120mm heat FS round to the turret. Alright, so moving on to the armor performance. To test this, we'll be using the DM33 round fired by the Leopard 2A5. Alright, so starting as always with the lower frontal plate, and as you can see, we only have around 86mm of effective protection. Moving to the upper frontal plate, the protection does increase up to around 115mm. While this protection will stop 30mm autocannon rounds, it does leave you very vulnerable, even to World War II guns. Speaking of weak armour, we move up to the turret. Here you can see we have a measly 45mm of armour protection. This is very poor, but it is an SPAA, so what can you really expect? While the front of the hull certainly will stop autocannon rounds, the side of the hull will not. With only 35mm of effective armour, your sides will be incredibly vulnerable, even to rank 1 vehicles. Moving to the side of the turret, and as you can see, we get a pathetic 25mm of armour, making you vulnerable to even 50 caliber rounds. And finally, both the rear of the hull and the rear of the turret provide only 25mm of protection. Overall, the armour protection and survivability of the OTOMATIC is pretty poor. Not only is your armour weak, but you also have an incredibly large silhouette, denying you the ability to be sneaky. But it's important to remember that this tank is not designed for brawling. Stay back, stay away from the front line, and assist your team by knocking out incoming close air support. Alright, so moving on to the weapons and ammunition, and as you can see, the automatic is armed with a 76mm Automalara 76/62 cannon. This weapon is fully stabilised, and has decent vertical guidance characteristics for an anti-aircraft gun. It has 60 degrees of gun elevation, but a rather poor 5 degrees of gun depression. You can carry 90 rounds in total, with 29 of those rounds being classed as your first stage ammunition. This gun uses a 29 round auto-loading system, hence the 29 round ready rack. Once these 29 rounds have been fired, you'll have to reload the ready rack one at a time, which does take a very long time. And with a reload time of 0.5 seconds, you can certainly empty the first stage ammunition incredibly quickly. Okay, so taking a look at the reloading skill under the loaders section, we can see that due to the autoloader, this skill has no effect on our reload rate, making this vehicle pretty friendly to low skill crews. Moving on to the targeting skill under the gunner section, and we can see that you have a base turret rotation speed of 49 degrees per second, which rises to 70 degrees per second with an ace crew. Next we move on to modifications, and I want to point out that this tank does get access to a laser rangefinder as well as first generation thermal imaging. If we take a look at the ammunition, you can see that we have 3 options to choose from. You have a semi-armor piercing high explosive round. This essentially acts like an early APHE round. It does not detonate on impact like a regular high explosive round, instead detonating after penetration. While this is great in theory, the round's low penetration of 60mm against flat armour does make it rather useless against strong frontal armour of main battle tanks. You also get access to a high explosive proximity fuse shell. This round detonates when in close proximity to enemy air vehicles, such as planes or helicopters. These rounds, combined with your radar lead indicator, make them absolutely lethal against air targets. However, the semi-armour piercing shells should be used against ground targets, as the proxy fuse shells only have a measly 15mm of penetration. Your last and most useful round is the 76/62 APF SDS round. It has a decent muzzle velocity of 1580 meters per second and can penetrate over 300mm of flat armour. However, you can only carry 12 of these rounds, and with your 120 rounds per minute fire rate, you can certainly waste these rounds incredibly quickly. You join me now on a test drive. The first thing to point out is that this vehicle does get a pretty good level of zoom in the gunner's sight. However, as you can see, the field of view does leave a lot to be desired. As I mentioned, you also have first generation thermal imaging for your gunner, however the commander does not receive this. Overall, the firepower offered by the automatic is very good for an anti-aircraft system. Your proxy fuse rounds absolutely shred incoming air assets, and your APF SDS and semi-AP high explosive rounds can knock out enemy gun barrels. Your fast firing gun as well as your ammunition options make you incredibly flexible on the battlefield. With that short overview finished, we'll now go on to some gameplay, followed by a conclusion. Alright, welcome to European Province. Might be a good map for the automatic. It's quite a wide open area, so we should be able to see enemy helicopters and jets coming in from quite a long way. Not too good for us in terms of surviving. Mainly because we don't really have the best anti-tank capabilities. Oh, so there is an enemy. I think it's a K-50. Looks like a K-50. We're going to wait until he gets a little bit closer before we try to engage him. Not really much point, to be honest. Also, it really annoys me that the radar doesn't work. Like it's giving us like it's lower than it is. I don't know why. What? Lol. Fucking lol. Well, that's the beauty of the automatic. Just fire randomly. Oh, that's another one. It's like a Cobra. AH-1Z maybe. And put our spinny boy down. So what I want to do here is just wait on the flanks of my Leo. So if anyone tries to come around and push him, hopefully we'll be waiting. Oh, I see it. Hopefully no one saw that. Oh, we can get on his side. Oh, this is... Can't see shit. this APF SDS round isn't exactly. I think we got his barrel. I don't even know if he can kill us here, to be honest. Can he kill us? I don't know. Can't depress our gun enough. Oh, well. Don't need to anymore. Right, put our radar back on. Try and get our... Oh, that's not good. Die, you little bastard. Right, well, we think we got him. Might be able to spam some rockets at us. Oof, there's another. Why is everybody in helicopter today? That's an Apache. Unsure whether it is... What's he doing? You about to crash? So you can't really see him through the trees. I don't know how many we've got in our ammo rack as well. We've got a fair bit left. Okay, so welcome to Port Nova Rocha, whatever it's called. Kind of want to get over here. I'm pretty certain that is an enemy helicopter. Not a friendly. Although I'm not too sure. Fire one shot. Oh, we got him. Wow. Wow. Easy clap. That guy can't spawn in now. Is there another one? Okay, so... Oh well, shouldn't have shot the ground. Oh, come on. Oh. It's kind of like the HSTVL where the APF SDS rounds don't exactly do a lot of spall damage. I think it did hit that guy in his ammunition carousel, it just did piss off. Oh, I can't see him anymore. Not something I want to fight. I'm going to pull back into cover. So we've got an enemy plane coming in. Looks to be a MiG-15 or an LA-15. Wait for him to get a little bit closer. Dead MiG. Gonna lose this game, but may as well make the most of it by keeping the skies clear. Depends what he does, really. Oh, so he's coming in. Oh, can't really get a shot on him. Oh, did none of them hit? Oh, I've got no rounds left in our first stage ammo. Oh, this is annoying. Come on. Oh, God's sake. Oh, unfortunately, this is what happens when you fire all the shots off, just spamming them. As soon as you use up those like 26 rounds or whatever it is in your first stage, you kind of just lose the ability to be an effective anti-aircraft gun. It's not something that the Gepard has or any other like the top tier anti-airs. Can I get a shot on? There, we got him. One shot, one kill, unless you don't count the 20 so that we shot before. Okay, that's that Shilka. Don't think we'll be able to get a shot though. He's being very timid. Can't really blame him. So that is 600. Oh, I got him. So the you can use these rounds multi-purpose, kind of. They do quite a lot of damage against soft targets as well, as you just saw against like a Shilka. Not actually doing too bad in terms of us. Got 3 plane kills and 1 tank kill. And we've got another plane incoming. Again, looks like another MiG-15. I think we've only got 1 round in our... Well, we've got 1 round in the chamber. Hopefully we can reload another round before this guy gets to closing distance. Not exactly. best. Well, Shenyang F5. That's 4 aircraft kills. There's another Shilka. Again, what's that? 5. Got another Shilka kill. Don't know if we can change. That would be a nice shot into his ammo carousel here, but do not see him quite yet. Not exactly where you want to be with this tank on the front line, so to speak, but I'm going to try and slip around here. Now we do stick out like, wow. That's going to be a difficult shot. Bastard. How is that not hit? Alright, well there's our ace. Or anti-ace. 5. I don't know. Is it still an ace if an anti-aircraft gun? I don't know. 5 aircraft kills and 1 tank. 2 tank kills actually. And an assist. Don't think we're going to win. What the hell was that? Like a rocket powered tank. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely tanks going B. You can see them laying smoke everywhere. That's a T-34. What is earth is he doing? Well, it's a dead T-34. Not exactly sure it's going to do too much to our chances at B. Get him, Rad. Oh, just took a shot from someone. And I'll put our radar down. Oh, I think we took a shot from someone. Oh yeah, the T-64. Don't actually know if he can kill us. We have... we do have APF SDS loaded. I'm getting through this wall. Oof! I bet he'll be incredibly upset. I bet he's going to the forums right now. Oh well, we lost. 5 airplane kills, 4 tank kills. Can't really complain, to be honest. As you can see, even under defeat, we got 11k RP, well, pretty much 12k RP. Disappointing, 35k silver lines, but it was a loss, so what can you expect? To conclude, I believe that the OTOMATIC is a very powerful vehicle in the Italian tech tree. While it doesn't get access to powerful anti-aircraft missiles, it more than makes up for this with its fast firing and powerful gun. The OTOMATIC excels in its role as an anti-aircraft vehicle. Both helicopters and planes perish to your 76mm proximity fuse shells. And not even tanks are safe. Not only do you have pretty effective semi-armor piercing high explosive shells, but your decent armor piercing thin stabilized discarding saber rounds allow you to take on main battle tanks if you really have to. I would recommend anyone to grind out this vehicle. Its ability to fight both air and ground vehicles make it a very good grinder. And I would certainly say that the OTOMATIC is one of the most effective and fun self-propelled anti-aircraft guns in the game. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you very much for watching.